Sagittarius, this is a timeless message for you. I will be putting out timeless messages for you every now and then. I've already started the timeless series for the general collective. You might want to have a look at that video list, that playlist, and see if any of it you resonate with. Um, And I will keep them coming, by the way, along with the monthlies. And I will be starting weekly zodiac readings at some point. But for now, it'll be the timeless and the monthlies. So, Sagittarius, right out of the bat, we're talking about growth and abundance. So, the Lenormand is talking about your changes in finances that will create problems with a child's, well, not child, childish person who is observing your growth and moving towards your growth. So there is an obvious abundance that you're coming into. This right away makes me think of the whole um, like butterfly and caterpillar type situation where you're having this enormous growth and coming into your abundance from the work that you've done. And here you have this person who you've known for a while, for a long time, and they have not been putting in the work for themselves. And they're looking at you like, hey, what do you got there? How'd you get that? Let me have some of that type childish behavior. Um, Here is a wild card from the gold foil tarot that um, the picture here is really mimics. In this situation, this is the child. This is, I'm calling them the child, but not really a child. The childish adult that is looking up at spirit. This is them observing your movements and kind of movement away from them. This is your ascension. This has been somewhat of a theme throughout the sign for the general collective, where, you know, the great ascension is happening, and some people are being left in the third dimension. And they're observing this departure, like, wait a minute, what's happening? You know? And they can have varying levels of reaction to this ascension. And some of it is even violence. I'm not saying that it's violent in your situation. This is just like, hey, give me what you got. You know, it's kind of like if you want to liken it to, children, one kid has gotten himself an ice cream cone and the other one's like, hey, where'd you get that? Let me have that. This is carrying into your adult life where this person didn't go pay for his ice cream cone, but he wants the one that you've acquired, type of thing, to really oversimplify the situation. I just like to be especially careful with the center card because the center card is important. Woo. Okay. So what are we keeping here? Page of Wands. Upright, the Fool. Reversed or upright? Upright, upright. Page of Swords. And any of these other ones? No. Okay. So we need a couple more. I've also had to have that talk with many of you in other readings where, and especially in the yearly reading, if you haven't seen your yearly, go have a look at it because it really talks about this. Are you keeping these? Okay. Any more? Yeah, there are more from this deck, but for now, let's see what we got. Right where, and forgive me if the returning viewers have heard this a million times already. Welcome back and thank you for your patience. But taking out the trash, right? We are going to have to get used to and accept the fact that we are going to need to be walking away from people. Some of us, a lot of people, and some of these ascending people like myself who have had to rid everyone, almost everyone. And for me, um, it's not like I don't have a single soul or acquaintance in my life. No, it's like everyone who was closest to me has either died or I've had to remove from my life, right? And this is quite a large group of people, you know? And it's been like one person after the other, like, really? This person too? Really? And God has removed every single one. And, as it's happened, it's like, what? Not this person. Yeah, that one too, And so, you're going to need to get used to it because, I can't promise that this child is going to be the last childish situation, the last butterfly caterpillar situation that you're going to be in. It's not like a one and done type thing. So, yeah, and spirit is definitely I'm getting chills. Like spirit's definitely saying, prepare yourself moving forward. So, whatever lessons that you learn from this, you're really going to need to utilize later because it's not going to be the last time, is what I'm saying. There's the tower. This is saying exactly what I was saying. That, you obviously, the situation with the child, you may love them. They may be a friend that you've cherished for a long time or whatever, but it's time to walk away from this because you're outgrowing this relationship. The moon is a lack of clarity in this. This is that feeling of what do you mean? Like I just said, like not this person too. This is what this is. Like, what? Really? King of Wands is having the discernment, the wherewithal, the courage to do what you need to do. And the protection from spirit is what this salamander is. And the strength, you have lions and salamanders here too. It's the strength and courage. And courage is all about knowing that you've got protection behind you. Because this isn't going to be easy, right? It's never easy to walk away from someone that you love. Ace of Wands, again, that's the spirit telling you, get on with it. Do what you know you need to do for yourself moving forward, because here's the 10 of Pentacles. This is at the center of it all because this is what's at stake here. Your path to heaven on earth and the resources to do it and the knowing what you need to do to get here. Page of Wands again. This is the Ace of Wands is you coming to the realization of what you need to do, and Page of Wands is you implementing it. The Fool again is talking about the courage that you have to move forward, the vision and the drive to do it. Two of Cups is about your love for this person, what you had once with them, you know? I'm not saying that this isn't going to be easy, but it just needs to be done. You're going to need to remove yourself from this. Okay, yeah, I just wanted to get reassurance from Spirit about this. That is this salvageable? I'm getting a no from Spirit. Yeah, this is not salvageable. It's the season is over. Yeah, see, the Ace of Cups reversed says that, if you feel that love is lost now, it's really going to be lost later if you don't walk away from this. It's not going to get better. I'm getting deja vu. Who was it that I was just saying this to? Well, suffice it to say that there are plenty of other signs that are going through the same situation where there is someone in their life that they were walking away. Some of you, it's significant others, but some of you, the majority of you here, I'm feeling more like a friend, like a childhood friend, someone in your friend circle that's very close to you that you know, you share inside jokes with. You may have went to school with this person. You need to detach yourself from, because it's just there's no connection anymore. That connection has been broken by your ascension and their lack of ascension. It's just separated you. That love that you're hanging on to no longer exists. Okay, so there are more from this deck. Spirit says, how many more? More than two? Two. One more. Okay, so one more the Spirit wants to say about your outcome here. What do you got there? And another thing that I've been reminding people, that you shouldn't dwell in the hope of them ascending. You have to accept the fact that there is a very real possibility that they are not going to evolve past where they are, and that you cannot wait for a person like this. Maybe they'll ascend, but I'm not feeling that this person is going to ascend to the levels, to the heights that you're going to ascend to. Maybe you'll commune with them again in another lifetime, but the season with this person is over, and I feel the grief. But I also feel it's like tears and nodding of the head as well. Like, you know what I'm saying is true. It's just never going to get better. Some people are going to get left behind in the third dimension. Yeah. Six of Pentacles. This is whatever happens next. And wait, who was it there? Gemini. Yes. Gemini had the same message, and I think there were a few others too. That's the Six of Pentacles has been coming up quite often because it fits with this narrative of needing to leave people in your life. Six of Pentacles talks about generosity. And I always say, for at least in my readings, almost never means monetary generosity. It means generosity of your time and your attention and that kind of thing. So, um, but also generosity in what you don't say too. So this is taking the high road card where this person is going to throw tantrums and act out at you and say mean things and that kind of thing. And this happened to me too. So, I'm not preaching at you. I'm in there in the trenches with you, just in a different timeline. But yeah, I had to walk away from a childish person in my life, and they were very, very hurt by it. They were caught by surprise, and they just threw a full-on tantrum about it and was sending me texts and DMs and all kinds of messages at me that were hurtful and mean, but I did not respond to it. And I didn't take real offense to it either. I was not offended. I understood that they were in pain. I understood that they were lashing out. It just rolled off my back, and I was able to send them love and light and move forward. And that's what this is. This is saying don't get caught up in their low vibration. Okay? So let's clarify with that this might hurt tarot. Um, we have the lovers, obviously. That I have to cover these because they're a little too anatomically correct for YouTube, I feel. Um, the lovers talks about an interaction between people. Doesn't necessarily need to be romantic. But also, see, there's an angel here on the top, um, which in this one has an arrow. Don't really love that, but whatever. There's an angel there because it kind of implies like a Cupid type thing. Not all of this is about Cupid's arrow, but whatever. The lover's card always has an angel on the top here, which can mean both, you know, positive, enjoyable love, but also can mean a karmic situation too. This is a situation you've been put in by the universe to teach you a lesson. Seven of Pentacles is about, it tells me that you already are looking at this relationship with a raised eyebrow, like, should I really stay in this relationship or not? Is it really worth staying in this relationship? And that is a legitimate thought and feeling. The King of Swords. I love this card in this deck. It's so great. Um, so the original King of Swords is, well, his general energy is about um, being assertive in an adverse situation and not hesitating to shut it down, to protect himself and to rid himself of nonsense, right? And the King of Swords energy, I and the Queen of Swords, I love it because both of them are assertive and cutting out BS and that kind of thing. But the Queen of Swords is a little bit more active than the King of Swords. And the King of Swords kind of sits there very relaxed and letting the other person kind of hang themselves, and in more adverse situations, because this is a friend here, but when we're talking about an adversary, the King of Swords from this deck I love so much because it's about underestimating you, underestimating the King of Swords and not recognizing him as the King of Swords, right? Because we all know that people underestimate, well, some people anyway, some unenlightened people will underestimate disabled people. Like they're useless, they're, and only see their disabilities and they don't see their abilities and they underestimate them, right? So here he is sitting in a wheelchair, like, oh, he's not worth anything. But, he's got this falcon in his hand, which is a sign of power and vision and intelligence, and he's got his crown on top of him. I mean, great. So, but it's reversed here. This is number one, like I said, this child's not really seeing you for who you are and the power that you're growing into, but also you impeding your power by hesitating to end this, you know. So this is, if this is making sense. So Spirit is saying you need to step into the King of Swords power. Step into this power already and stop with the indecision. Spirit knows that you love the person, but it's really time. It's time to end this. What else we got, Spirit? The Fool. That's the same thing. Let's get on with it now, with the forward movement. Here's the Fool reinforced. It's like, let's go. Time to go now. Onward and upward. What do we have now? We have the Devil. This devil has breasts. Oh, we'll cover that. Right? The devil means that you have yourself tethered to something that's not good for you, and that it's easier than you think to untether yourself, right? So this is like just make yourself a clean cut and be done with it. It's not going to be quite as bad as you imagine it. Are we done with tarot? We're done with tarot. Okay. So let's see. Okay. Just choosing the decks for your advice. Let's see. What do we got, Spirit? For advice. Woo! Big old jumper. Oh, two. The universe has my back. This is still reassurance that everything's going to be okay. It'll be fine. And also, well, we'll get to that. When I lean on certainty and faith, I change my mind about the world I see, right? So again, this is changing your mind about how terrible this situation is. It's not as bad as it feels. Whoa. Okay. I recognize that I have chosen fear choose and I choose again. I choose love. Again, this is trusting in the universe. The opposite of fear is love. Fear of moving forward away from this relationship. The love is giving it to God. My vibes speak louder than words. This talks about the high road that you're taking. And this may be the last lesson as a light worker that you're teaching this child is the way you behave in this departure. Your vibes. Very important, not just for you, but for them. Through prayer and meditation, I create a ripple effect of peace in the world. This is what this channel is all about. This is what I hope to accomplish. Even the smallest ripple that I can make to affect the ugliness in the world and to help others ascend is all that I can hope for. And this is what spirit is telling you that you are ascending. This person is not ascending or ascending at a slower rate, right? So what I just said about your last lesson to them, but also um when you leave them and as you're leaving them, you can send them all the love and light that you can muster at them, right? Because again, they may be lashing out at you. I just want to remind you and be sure to be sending them love and light and not anger and hatred and that kind of thing. Don't let it get that sour. Um, let's see. Any other advice? Nope, that's it. Sagittarius, it's going to be okay. And this probably won't be the last time you talk about this. Tell me how you feel about this, what's going on. Um, if you feel comfortable in your situation. Um, I love to hear from you guys, and I do respond to all of your messages. You guys that have sent me messages already, thank you. And you already know that you get a response from me right away or as soon as I can. So Don't forget to check out your other timeless general messages, and I will talk to you soon. Love and light. Many blessings.